Hey guys, we're finally back, and we have Kickback's full bot intel report, which I'm super excited for. He looks amazing here, and I already read over his abilities. He looks like he could be like top tier, no joke, but all that's gonna depend on, his overall gameplay and stuff once we actually play with him. I know we were like super wrong about Hound. He's horrible. His abilities on paper look like super, they look really nice, but you know, that didn't turn out the way it did. So yeah, hopefully it's not the same with Kickback. I really hope he's gonna be like really good. So bot intel report Kickback, you can add him to your squad on March 15th, which is tomorrow, same time as usual. And Kickback, he's gonna be a scout. So we were wrong. He's not gonna be a tech. It sounded like he was gonna be a tech, but he's not, which I'm perfectly fine with, just because I have that tier 3 scout spark sitting in my inventory. And if he turns out to be like really good, I'm gonna grind out for him, get him duped, and take him up to rank 5 if he's gonna be like super strong. So hopefully he is. So let's read on. Intelligent and deceptively persuasive, Kickback's power to manipulate minds is only ever employed to gain access to the information or resources he seeks. Like all Insecticons, Kickback feels the urge to continuously consume all material around him and is capable of chewing through even the toughest Cybertronian metal. That sounds pretty awesome. So here are his 2-star stats, 3-star, 4-star. Keep in mind, scouts, they have like pretty low health, so yeah, his health is a little bit on the low side, but that's fine. He's gonna probably make up for that in like attack or power or something, hopefully. Basic abilities: Power Leak, Evade, and Consume. So on critical hits, he has a 60% chance to inflict Power Leak, draining 4.8 to 9.6% of an opponent's power over 10 seconds. That's actually crazy, man. It reminds me a lot of like Prowl, but this guy can continuously do this on his crits. The RNG does come into effect, 60% chance on crits, but I mean, that's fine. And it's not stated here, but I'm pretty sure you can probably stack these power leaks. So it's going to be crazy, man. And then kicking attacks have plus 30% crit rating, so it's going to depend on his combo, I'm assuming, or like his heavy, if his heavy does like a kick or something. But if like his combo is like, I don't know, 4 light attacks have like 3 kicks in it, that's going to be pretty big. I'll probably end up just doing that instead of like a 5-hit medium combo, just to get more crits off. But yeah, the power leak is huge, man. On power leaking opponents, Kickback's melee hits against power leaking opponents have plus 50% power rate, so he's going to be gaining extra power on his hits on power leaking opponents, which that's awesome. Opponent avoids a dash attack, so 30 to 38% chance to evade melee attacks for 2 seconds. So I feel like this one's actually really good, especially like in certain spotlight missions when you go up against like a character that's on a mod like, that evades range attacks, or range attacks heal them. A lot of us have gone up against those, and those are super annoying, and that kind of forces you to go into like a dash. And this is actually nice because if the opponent avoids it, you have that 30 to 38% chance to evade their counter, and 9 times out of 10, like if the AI dodges your dash, they're gonna try to counter you with like a 5-hit combo of their own. So this can help you. So I feel like it's a nice little ability. On his heavy attacks, when Kickback transforms, he has a 100% chance to consume all shock, power drain, power lock, and power rate debuffs on himself and generate 1 to 5% of his max power over 2 seconds for each debuff removed. That's awesome. He's going to be really good against characters, especially the tech class, like, Ratchet can inflict shock, shockwave, soundwave, all these characters that can inflict, all these different types of debuffs. He just uses a heavy and instantly purifies them. He consumes all of them, and then he generates max, a certain percentage of his max power over 2 seconds for each debuff removed, which, that's awesome. Another purification ability. When Kickback lands a heavy attack, he has a 100% chance to consume all power rate and power gain buffs from the opponent and generate 1 to 5% of max power over 2 seconds for each buff removed. I feel like this is also going to affect the robot resource mod on raids. So using this guy and then just using a heavy like immediately as soon as the fight starts, it should remove the buff and give you some extra max power right at the beginning. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but it might. I mean, Grimlock is able to purify it, like the harm accelerator, so I'm pretty sure this guy can probably do the same. But that's amazing, man. Using him against characters like Ratchet, whenever you use a heavy, he starts the power rate stuff, and yeah, I mean overall some really nice abilities from Kickback so far. His signature ability, T-Cog Sabotage. Kickback's attacks can be modified to infect his opponent with T-Clog. This cyber virus attacks the bot's sensitive electronics that control their ability to transform. So on his heavy attacks, he has a 35 to 70% chance to infect an opponent with T-Clog, lowering the opponent's power rate by 30% for 10 seconds. I was right. I said on my previous video with like the data mine info that it would be awesome if it lasted like 10 seconds. Anything less than like, I don't know, 8 seconds would kind of suck, but 10 seconds, I feel like that's pretty good. That's a good medium as far as like giving the opponent, you know, enough time to maybe use a heavy. So if the infected bot uses a heavy attack, T-Clog is removed and their transformation fails, stunning them for 2 seconds. Not to mention, you know, that power rate decrease is awesome. You know, just overall, this guy's like entire kit revolves around power draining the opponent and, you know, increasing his own power rate, which it's huge, man. That's freaking awesome. His special one, Shock in the Wounds. Kickback uses a shocking blast to turn insult to injury. 100% chance to inflict shock for each power leak on the opponent, dealing 40% of attack over 5 seconds. So if this is true, and if you can in fact stack these power leaks, it has a 100% chance to inflict shock for each power leak. So if you do like a 5-hit combo, and I don't know, I'm just assuming, or maybe you get like RNG Jesus on your side and you get 5 power leaks on the opponent and you use a special one, that's, what would that be? That'd be 200% attack over 5 seconds, which if he's, you know, ranked up pretty high, that's some pretty strong damage. His special 2, Lacerate. Those wings aren't just for looks. 100% chance to gain a critical rate buff, increasing critical rating by 30% for 8 seconds, and 100% chance that each critical hit of Kickback's wing blades to inflict power leak, draining power 4.8 to 9.6% of an opponent's power over 10 seconds. So some more power leaking from the opponent, or from Kickback to the opponent. That's awesome. I keep saying that's awesome just because, you know, these abilities are great. And then the special 3, man, this is one that's honestly gonna be like really good. So hope Kickback ate that first. 100% chance each critical hit to inflict power leak, draining 4.8 to 9.6% of an opponent's power over 10 seconds, and for each power leak on the opponent, Kickback repairs 3% of his max health over 5 seconds. So he's going to be able to heal, which is super awesome. We need more bots that can heal. And, you know, from the looks of this guy, his overall kit is going to allow him to generate power quickly, you know, drain the opponent's power so they don't use specials as often. And it's just going to let him get his specials, you know, his good specials off a lot sooner. In that special 3, for each power leak, he's going to repair 3% of his max health. So if you have multiple power leaks on the opponent, say, I don't know, we're going to use 5 again as an example. That's 15% of his max health. 15%. That's crazy. Synergy bonuses. Mutual allies with Soundwave and Bludgeoned, 2 to 8% armor. Mutual enemies with Grimlock and Prowl, 2 to 8% attack. And mutual enforcers with Motormaster and Ramjet. I feel like this is destined to be like a team. I got the tier 3 Brawler Spark a couple days ago. I haven't taken anyone up, but I did consider Motormaster, and I'm definitely probably going to end up picking him to take up to rank 5. And, you know, the debuffs lasting 20 to 40% longer, and they cannot be purified. That's actually huge, and not just for Motormaster, for this guy as well. Like, every time you use a heavy with Motormaster, he applies that armor break, power rate decrease, or attack decrease. and having them last 40% longer, that's freaking awesome. No joke. That's gonna make them like really strong, a really strong combination. Strong matchups against Shockwave, of course, and I think my neighbor's dog is barking again. Damn it. Alright, we're almost done with this video, guys. So Shockwave would find this matchup to be logical, of course, because his shock charges will be quickly consumed by the voracious Insecticon. And against Megatron, once Megatron has been infected with T-Clog, his proclivity to fire off heavy attacks while enraged could leave him stunned and vulnerable. Weak matchups, don't worry about Hound. Hound is garbage. So I was just kidding. Hound's ability to inflict crit rate down and special one will leave Kickback unable to inflict power leak with his basic hits, and Optimus Primal, of course, he's gonna completely wreck Kickback just because he'll completely negate critical hits, disabling much of Kickback's ability. So yeah, mods we're not too worried about. So yeah, hope you guys are super excited for Kickback. I know I am. I really can't wait. I think I'm gonna probably pop maybe like 5 of his crystals, and we're gonna definitely open up all of our crystals that we have tomorrow. I have 3 4-stars. I have 2 superior bot crystals, or 3, I don't remember. I have the Grimlock crystal from yesterday's calendar, and probably I think like 60 premiums. So yeah, hope you guys are pretty excited for that. I can't wait. So let me know your thoughts on what you think about Kickback. I think he may be top tier, but it's all going to depend on how he plays. If he has like, I guess just the way his abilities go once we actually play with him. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.